Well, this week was our annual Chill Out issue at the Georgia Strait, where we run down all the winter arts and entertainment events. And there's a whole ton of them. One of the reasons is it's one of the legacies of the Cultural Olympiad in 2010 that all these festivals sort of started around midwinter. It used to be a rather sleepy time of year, which is a really hard thing to believe right now because there's just so much going on in late January and February. Of course, we've got the Push Festival continuing. It goes for another week. Coming up is the Chutzpah Festival, the Vancouver International Dance Festival, the Talking Stick Festival. But the one we talk about exclusively this week is the Comedy Festival, which starts in mid-Feb. And the really big news there is that they've brought in Pee Wee Herman, a.k.a. Paul Reubens. He has not dressed up as Pee Wee Herman for 30 years. He's bringing the character back, and people will remember from the 80s, first of all, his big movie, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, hit in the mid-80s, and then he launched a TV show for kids every Saturday morning. It was one of the craziest things out there called Pee Wee's Playhouse. It had talking genies, it had robots who would spit out the secret word of the day, it had puppets, and it was unlike anything else that was out there. So we had an exclusive talk with Paul Reubens. Recently, in the last couple of years, he has launched a stage show in New York and in LA as Pee Wee Herman. Sold out audiences, standing ovations, people waiting for him at the door. So this is really a big comeback story and validation from all the fans that love him. He's got the adults who used to watch him in college, having kids now, and then the kids who grew up watching Pee Wee's Playhouse. You know, they're in their 20s now and able to go to these shows. So the Comedy Fest has brought him in for their show, The Best of the Fest. He'll be hosting the night. It'll have some other comedians, but that'll be a very hot ticket when it happens February 20th. Among the other hot tickets we talk about in this week's Straight is a show called Out of a Dream, Rogers and Hammerstein, and it is a kind of neat story about one of the fastest rising theater companies in the city right now, Patrick Street Productions. They're the only professional company in the city and one of very few in the country that are totally exclusively devoted to musical theater. And they, in recent years, have brought really groundbreaking, cutting-edge musicals to town, such as Bat Boy, the musical, fun pieces like that, and The Light in the Piazza, which won some Jesse Richardson Theater Awards a couple years back. Now they've found a new home in the New York theater that's been newly refurbished on Commercial Drive. So they're launching a little bit of a season now. They used to just sort of do one show a year. Now they've got two sort of back-to-back shows. And this one, an ode to Rogers and Hammerstein, is a sort of review. It sort of brings back all the music, all the beautiful music from those songs from the golden age of musicals in the 40s and 50s. But next up, they've got a show that's a little more edgy. It's set in the Kentucky caves and so on. That one's in later in the spring. So check them out. Get to know them in this first show in the review, and then see what they've got later on. That's another great show to check out. So again, pick up your Straight this week if you want to have a guide to what is going on this winter, all the many things, and our exclusive interview with Pee Wee Herman about what it's like to bring back the ultimate nerd after 30 years.